For the next 8 minutes, I will be sharing with you what is the one key ingredient that you need as a parent to be able to win your child's trust and give you the privilege to speak into his heart, not only now as a young child, but even as he becomes an adult for the rest of his life. That one key ingredient is having integrity and character. Not theirs, yours. You must be the parent who has integrity and character. Maybe your child sees you return money to the cashier when she overpays you. Maybe your child sees you tell the whole truth when it would be much more convenient to just tell half of the truth. Perhaps your child sees you when you're visiting with your friends at lunch and you do not join in the gossip about a friend of theirs. Or perhaps they see you finish assignment that is very difficult and they know that you cannot stand doing, but you finish it to the very end and you do your very best. These are all examples of integrity and character. Integrity and character are your best friends. Integrity and character are the things that you do that consistently show your child that you want what's best for them, not for you. As you have children and they begin growing in your home, they will see that you are consistently disciplining them and doing what's best for them consistently every single day, and that builds trust. When you begin to discipline them because you are annoyed, I guess I shall say punish them instead of discipline. When you begin punishing them because you are annoyed or irritated or they're inconveniencing you, you are tearing down trust. And when you don't have trust, you do not have influence. You can speak and speak and speak, and it will not go into their hearts. What you will find is that you will resort to power instead of influence. And the secret is influence. That's what we want, parents, is influence. If you're vindictive, selfish, and controlling, they push away your power and they begin living without you. And when they leave your home and they go to make those big decisions, like what college to attend, who they're going to marry, what career to choose, many times you will be left out of those decisions. So the first time I began to see the power of living in character and integrity was actually when I was 14 years old. So I actually had a teacher called Mrs. Peterson. And I think Mrs. Peterson had a really difficult life because I rarely saw her smile. Well, one day she came to me and she said, "Cheryl, I'm noticing that you're getting up out of your seat a lot. And if you get up out of your seat again, you're going to get swats." Well, the reason I was getting up out of my seat is I was the freshman class president, and I had many things that I was responsible for, and many times I had to go deal with them. Well, she gave me her warning, and the next day came, and I had a duty and a responsibility. So I asked permission of another teacher because Mrs. Peterson wasn't around, and I left my desk and I went to the kitchen. Well, within 2 minutes, I turned around and there was Mrs. Peterson. Mrs. Peterson motioned to me to go with her into the principal's office, and I received my first and only set of swats that day. I can tell you that I couldn't talk about it for years. I was so humiliated and mortified. I didn't tell anybody. My parents were the only ones who knew about it. Well, many years went by, and I began to kind of look at it from a different perspective. And I began to see that there was beauty in what happened. Because, the very next day on my desk was a letter from Mrs. Peterson. I kept that letter from Mrs. Peterson in my wallet until it fell apart and I could no longer read it. And this is why. In the letter, she told me that I had character, I had integrity, that I was respectful to her even when she disciplined me. And then she followed all of that with an apology for being rash in her decision to punish me when I was just trying to do my job as a freshman class president. It was at that moment that I realized integrity and character pay off. Integrity and character are made in the small moments of your life, but it pays dividends, great dividends, the rest of your life. And let me tell you how it will pay off with your children. Your children will begin asking you for advice, even when they live 20 miles away from home and they're in college and they're 21 years old. Your children will be quick to forgive you when you sin against them or you wrong them, because you strive to exemplify humility and you ask them for forgiveness. And when you make a mistake and sin against them, they will be quick to forgive you. Your children will be transparent with you and will pretty much share almost anything with you. They will share their faults and weaknesses with you because they know that you are for them and not against them. You truly want what's best for them, and you will stand by their side to help them achieve the best in their life. They will respect you and love you because they know that the person you are in public is the same person that you are at home. They know that you will not be kind to them and gracious to them in public, but at home you turn into the wicked witch of the West. They will embrace servanthood and have an attitude of gratitude for you because they've seen you over and over again sacrifice your time, your money, your energy, and everything that you have, you sacrifice for them, and you give of your time, and they in turn have such gratitude and begin to model that themselves. So let me say this again. Character is made in the small moments of life, but pay great dividends the rest of your life. So let's take a minute to recap. Number 1, the key ingredient to winning your child's trust and ability to speak into his heart and influence him for good the rest of his life is, do you remember? Integrity and character. Not theirs, yours. The second one, integrity and character is choosing to do the right thing all the time, day after day, week after week, year after year. Number 3, character is made in the small moments of your life that pay great dividends the rest of your life. So ask yourself this question. Where in my life do I lack character and integrity? And what is one decision I can make today to begin growing in that area? Because remember, character and integrity are your best friends.